Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very interesting video today. So interesting, in fact, that the United States Marshals offered me their witness protection services from the backlash from the build community. I, a trash can zero build player, decided to try to play builds without building. You might ask yourself, James, why would you do such a thing? And well, this is why.
Oh, that's not so much. So? I had no idea.
Now, these two comments perfectly summarize exactly what's wrong with the build community. During this video, I will be expressing my opinions, but I'm going to try to keep to facts as much as possible. Now, this is a fact. Every game has a skill gap, whether you like it or not. My opinion is that you should respect that. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean you have to tear it down. And another fact is, and I know you guys are going to disagree with me, but zero builds and Battle Royale are almost the same exact game. Same weapons, same movement, same loot items, with the exception of maybe a couple. Same map and same objective. Realistically, the only difference between Battle Royale and zero builds is 50 HP and building. And the whole point of Battle Royale is to get eliminations and win the game. That's literally how you rank up when you play Ranked. Building is just another mechanic in the game, like shooting, driving cars, using mobility, using utility. And the purpose of this video is to show that building isn't essential for Battle Royale. And just because you can build doesn't make you better than zero build players at Battle Royale. Now, my initial thoughts about playing ranked builds were that build players are used to up close fights. But because of that, they probably have no thumbs at range. And I figured that if I did push them up close, they would be so focused on building that I would just end up eliminating them from constant pressure. Although I was mostly correct, I have to give credit where credit is due. Build players are absolutely lethal up close. They have nasty pump swaps, they have very good right shoulder peeks, and yep, they are good at building. And I do have to admit that it was much harder to get into their builds than I thought. I often found myself wasting all my resources, all my ammo, just to try to get in their builds just to get a juicy pump right to the face. Now, with all that being said, with everything else, I was not very impressed. Build players are so locked into their builds that oftentimes it would leave angles open for me to get easy snipes. And the fact that there's no overshield in builds, it made eliminating them even easier. I felt like I was playing hardcore mode in Call of Duty. After being used to 250 HP, 200 HP just felt so easy. And honestly, I've never seen players so scared to fight in my life. It was almost peaceful, actually. I could run around the map and absolutely no one wanted any smoke. The only time that people wanted to fight is if you were in their box. I mean, just look at this guy. My controller died and he was still too afraid to come out of the box and get me. As much as I'd love to keep roasting the build players, to get some sort of revenge on all the unjustified, disrespectful comments that I've received, but that's not even what I wanted to accomplish with this video. I want to bring peace between the build and the zero build community, and respect the strengths that each player brings to the table. And unfortunately, I think the only way for me to do that is to show the build community that a zero build player can do well in builds without even building. I am nobody special. I'm almost 30, I have 2 kids, a full-time job, and I am the most present father and husband that I can be. And I still got elite in builds without building in under 10 hours. Now, before you accuse me of being bush camp dad, here are my stats for playing Ranked Battle Royale. I tried to find a way to compare them with the rest of the Ranked Battle Royale players, but I couldn't really find a way. I guess you'll just have to let me know how bad they are in the comments down below. When I looked at the overall rank stats for Battle Royale to see where I fell, I found something very strange. This graph represents the percentage of the player bases that are in each rank. Now, typically, when it comes to these types of things, you would usually see a bell curve. A very small percentage of players are really good, a very small percentage of players are really bad, and the majority fall somewhere in the middle. I have absolutely no idea what this is. Apparently, there are more people above platinum than there are below, which is very strange. The problem with stats is they don't tell you a story, and it's up to the interpreter to assign meaning to the stats. On one hand, you could say that build players are so good that the majority of them are above platinum. Or you could say that building is so easy that the majority of players is above platinum. I'll let you guys comment which one you think that it is. Just for perspective, here are the stats for zero build. This is more of what I was expecting. However, I don't think this is a zero build versus build issue. I think this is just an issue with the rank system. I mean, clearly there's an issue if you can get Unreal from hiding in bushes. Here's what I learned. Build players are good at some things, mostly close range fights, and zero build players are good at other things like everything else. I'm just kidding. Or am I? If you struggle in builds, I would say playing zero builds can be beneficial for you. And if you're having a tough time in zero builds, maybe playing builds can be helpful for you. At the end of the day, we're just playing Fortnite. Now let me know in the comments below if you think I should keep going to Unreal. Thanks for watching. No aim assist. That kid is gonna report me. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. What rank is he? Why is this not hitting? I'm out, bro. Yeah. Dude, there's no way. Let's go!